Hello guys, I'm Navin Reddy. So today we'll talk about one of the amazing concept called as JDBC. Now JDBC stands for Java Database Connectivity. Now see, if we talk about this software world where we work with different types of software, see basically we require software to work with information, right? So what's more important is information. So we require a database where we can store information, and to retrieve that information we require some front end where we can insert data, where we can retrieve data. So that front end, to create that front end we require a software and we require a language, that is your Java. And for database we have a DBMS called as MySQL. Now why only Java and MySQL? It's because they both belong to the same company and they have the best compatibility. So if we talk about Java and MySQL, they work together very firmly. Now so you have Java and MySQL. To connect these two things, see, one is language, a programming language, one is a DBMS. So to connect these two, we require between a connection, which is your Java database connectivity. Now to work with this, again, you require some IDEs. Again, you can do it in this notepad, or you can use some IDEs. So one of the best IDE is NetBeans, or you can use Eclipse, it depends upon you. I go for NetBeans. Again, you will find this practical in next video. You have the link below. So if you want to see the practical, you have a link. This is your theory. First see the theory, then you can go for the practical. Now to connect this to require JDBC, again you have to follow, whenever you talk about any programming language with database, you have to follow some steps. Now if you call someone, right, if you want to ask someone like what's 2 plus 2? So if you want to call your friend and if you want to ask 2 plus 2, so you have to do something, right? First you have to pick up your phone, then you have to dial the number, then you will call, then you will get a connection. So after the connection is established, you will say, you have to create a statement in your mind, what you have to ask. So you have to ask 2 plus 2. So now he will return your answer, that is 4, right? 2 plus 2 is 4. So you will get an answer 4. After that, you will say, okay, the job is done, you will close the connection. That means if you want to connect to someone, you have to follow some steps. In the same way, if you want to connect Java and MySQL, you have to follow some steps. And those simple steps, only we have 7 steps. So starting with the first step. So first step is you have to import a package. Import the package, that means you have to import a SQL package. Again, because when you work with Java, you have to work with lots of library files. So you have a SQL package. Second is, if we talk about this Java and MySQL, you have JDBC. JDBC have 4 different drivers. Okay, so we have 4 drivers, we have to use one of them. Again, if we talk about MySQL, MySQL itself provide a driver for Java, which is called as MySQL connector, or you can say MySQL JDBC driver. So we can say MySQL connector, or we can use MySQL JDBC driver. And in NetBeans you have something called library files. So you can import, or you can import this library file called as MySQL JDBC driver. Again, how to do it? We have in practical. Then second step is to load. We have to load this driver and we have to register. So next step is load and register this driver. Third step, we have to create a connection, right? And to create a connection, we have a step which is create connection. Next step is create a statement. So if you want to ask something to database, you have to create a statement. So it's create statement. Now next is, once you get the statement, you have to execute a statement, and that will give you some results. So next step is we have to retrieve results. Once you get the results, you have to process it. So next step is processing results. And last steps, once you're done with all that shit, you have to go with close the connection. So these are your 7 simple steps. You have to follow these steps to establish a connection between Java and MySQL. So it's not that difficult, but if you follow these 7 steps, it's damn easy. So first one, you have to import a SQL package. Second one, you have to load and register the driver, which is JDBC driver for MySQL. Third step is to create a connection. Next is to create a statement. Next is to retrieve the results. Then you have to process the results, and after all the things are done, you have to close the connection. Again, this step is optional. Again, it's your wish, you have to close it or not, because once your program comes to an end, it will automatically close the connection. Then it's depend upon you, you have to process the results or not. So this is also optional, right? Again, there are some statements like, so if you say select query, it will return you something. So you have to retrieve the results. But if you go for insert statement, it will not give you any results. So again, this step goes with optional. So if you want to do something, you have to follow these 4 steps properly. First, you have to import a package, load and register driver, create a connection, then you have to create a statement. Right? Again, you have to follow these steps. Again, this is optional. You can do it or you can skip it. So we'll start with all these steps in programming way. So concentrate. So as we know, we have to start with first step. Again, the first step is import the package. And in programming way, we have to import package in this way. So it's import, it's java.sql.start. So this is your first step. Now if we talk about second step, here we have to provide a driver name. Now before you load and register, you have to provide a driver name. And fortunately, we have a simple driver name. The driver name is driver. So driver name is driver. So this is driver class. If you go for that library file, in that we have a class called as driver. But to use this class, we require package. So driver package belongs to, I guess it's JDBC. This package belongs to MySQL, and this MySQL belongs to com. So it's com.mysql.jdbc.driver. Okay, so to register this driver, we have to use a function. So that function name is forName. So to register this driver, we have a function called as forName, and this forName function belongs to a class called as class. So we have class.forName, and in bracket we have to pass this driver name, which belongs to a class JDBC, which belongs to a class package MySQL, and this package belongs to a package called as com. So com.mysql.jdbc.driver. Now your third step is to create a connection. Now to create a connection, we have an interface called as connection, and to create object we have con. Again, this is the interface. You cannot create object of interface directly. So you have to use a method called as get connection. So it will provide you the connection. Now question arises, where to connect? We have to pass 3 parameters. Again, we have brackets here. So we have to pass 3 parameters. First parameter is database name. Second parameter is username, and third parameter is password. So your database name, let's suppose, again in practical I have used my database name as demo. So my database name is demo. My username is root, and my password is 0. So for MySQL, I have used my password as 0. This is root as a username, and this is my database name. Now the thing is, when you want to connect your Java with database, you have to use something called as JDBC. So Java will communicate with JDBC, JDBC will communicate with MySQL, and MySQL will communicate with database. But MySQL provides you amazing feature where you can have your database on different machine, and you can access your database from different machine. That means these 2 machines need to be connected on LAN connection. So again, if you talk about LAN, you have to provide an IP address. Time being, my database are in the same machine, so I can use something called as localhost. And in localhost, I have a database called as demo. So you have, this is called your connection string. So you can say JDBC connected to MySQL connected to database with the help of localhost. But if we talk about this method called as get connection, this will belongs to some class, and that class name is driver manager. So you have connection con equal to driver manager dot get connection, and you have this connection string. This is called connection string. Again, if you don't remember it, it's no issue. You can search this string online. You will get the exact string. So database changes, MySQL to Oracle, string changes. SQL Server, string changes. Then you have this MS Access, string changes. So DBMS changes, connection string changes. Program name is the same. Again, this also changes. Fourth step is to create a statement. To create a statement, we have an interface called as statement interface. We have ST. Now, to create object of this, we have to use a method called as create statement. Now, this create statement is a non-static method, belongs to a class called as connection. So we have to use object name as con. So we have con dot create statement. So fourth step is create a statement. Fifth, let's suppose I want to get in practical, I have created a database where you have one database demo in which you have a table called as student. In that table student, we have two columns, roll number and S name. So roll number will be having 1, 2, 3, 4 roll numbers, and we have some names. I want to get a name of roll number 2. That means I have to use some SQL query. Again, we can define a string here. So we have this second step. Before this, I will create a string variable str, and here I will provide a connection or SQL query. So I hope you are familiar with SQL. So SQL says if you want to get something, you require a keyword called select. I want to get star. So select star from my table name is student, and where I want to get a name of roll number 2. So where roll number is equal to 2. So I will use the same line or same variable here. So my next step is to retrieve results. To retrieve results, we have st dot execute query, and we have to pass str. So we have to pass this SQL query here. It will give me something, right? Again, if you ever work with MySQL or any DBMS, it will provide you data in a format of a table. So if I execute this statement, I will get something. So let's suppose if I say I have two variables, A and B. So both are int. A value is 5, B value is 4. So if I say A plus B, I will get 9. So what I am getting is an integer value. So I have to store that value in int type of variable. So I can say int C is equal to A plus B. But here, we are not getting a proper value. We are getting the whole table. So to store a table, let's suppose I'm getting a table in this way, because I'm saying star, it will give me two columns. So first column will be roll number, second column will be S name, and data will be its roll number 2, and I will get my name, which is Navin, because in database I have with roll number 2 I have the name Navin. So if I execute this, I will get this table. So to store this table, we require an object. Let's suppose object name is rs, and this object is of interface called as result set. So result set rs equal to st.execute query, and you have to pass SQL string here. Okay. Now the thing is, if you execute this, I want this name out. So I require a variable. Let's suppose I require a variable here. So st or proper variable name. Let's suppose we have s name. So I created a variable name called s name, or you can say directly name. So in this variable, which is a string variable, so we have a string name. Here I want to get this name Navin. Question is from where? I will get from rs. So if I say rs dot, I want to take some value. So if you want to get something, you have to use something called as get. What do you want to get? You want to get some string. So get string. Now from which column? So first column or second column? Again second column, right? So we have to pass 2. So it will give from second column. But the problem is, when you talk about result set, it works with pointers. So by default, your pointer will be pointing in this column or this row. We have to shift our pointer to down row here. So to shift this, we have to use a method of rs. We have to say rs dot next. So it will shift my pointer from above row, which is column name. We have to shift to data, so we have to use rs dot next. Again, if you have multiple data, you have to use rs dot next, next for moving your pointer from one row to different row. If you want to go up, again previous, good. If you want to go above, first, on the top, it's first, last. Okay. So this is your retrieve results. So in name, we got a name called as Naveen. So once you are done, your last step, again you know this last step, this is your sixth step. So this is your sixth step. Last step is to close a connection, and to close a connection, we have to use connection object. So we have con dot close. So this is what JDBC is all about. So it's not that difficult, but if you want to work with this advanced programming, sometimes we work with insert statement. So for insert statement, we don't have execute query. We have execute update. Okay. Now, if we talk about statement, again statements of three types. Again, you can refer some books, or you will get types of statements. So this is statement, normal statement. Then we have prepared statement, and we have callable statements. Again, how to work with that? You can use some books, or you can use online. Again, YouTube is the best education school, so you can use all this concept. Again, you have Java, database, JDBC, 7 steps. Then you have all these steps. So if you execute this, you will get some output. Again, how to do it? Below you will be having some practical link. So click on that, and you will get to a new video where I have used my laptop to demonstrate how to use NetBeans and to work with MySQL. So I hope you got something from it. So if you have any doubts, please post your comment, and please subscribe for further videos. Thank you so much.